All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. We broke the slump. We got out of the 2-day losing streak with a big night last night. We end up going 4-1 in our personal plays. The ride of the day does not cash. We'll talk about that in just a second. But yeah, we had the Nets and the Washington game, which I'm counting this as a win because you guys got to keep an eye on the pinned comment. Like I say, we go through each and every game. I give you my lean, give you what I'm thinking, but all my final plays will be in the pinned comment. And this Nets-Washington game is technically, we split the game, but hear me out here. So I told you guys I'm taking Nets money line plus 135, and I said if Washington gets to be an underdog at any point in that game, we're going to hammer live bet Washington money line in the game. So we ended up getting Washington at one point at plus 260, I think. So we're sitting there for the second half, feet up, arms up. No matter who wins, we cash. Now, we cut into our profit margin a little bit, but that is a strategy that I utilize plenty if I am taking a close underdog on the money line of the night. I'll watch the game and make sure to live bet it and get the other side. So, guys, we're counting that as a win because we did profit on the game. Technically, we go 1-1, I guess, because we took two different money line plays. One of them has to lose, but you guys understand. So there was our first win there. Then we had CP3 under 13.5 points. You can cash that. And then we had the Clippers, the Spurs under, and the Raptors and Dallas over. We were all over the board last night, guys. The only one we didn't cash was the Hornets plus 11.5. And I kind of even said, I was like, you know what? No Hayward. Memphis might be able to do it, but let's go out there and throw, you know, we're getting 11.5 points. And, you know, that one ends up not cashing. I'm okay with that, though. Hornets playing tonight, so we will jump into that game at some point, guys. But make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm pumped to get out of the rut we were in. 2 terrible nights in a row, and then all of a sudden we come in with a big hitting night, guys. Our ride of the day, obviously we're in the car. We don't have the graphics, the mic, the camera. But our ride of the day came in from Eddie. It was Desmond Bane over 21.5 points. He only finishes with the 19. So, I mean, he was right there. It was a good play. We jumped on board with that. That one does not cash, guys. If you don't know what the ride of the day is, all you have to use is hashtag ride of the day in the comments, and I'll be jumping on board with one person that uses that hashtag and gives me an absolute lock, and you guys will get a shout out in the next video, win or loss. Hopefully we get a win, guys. I think our luck's starting to turn here. We were all over the board. I mean, 4-1, I'm very pleased with after having 2 negative days. So I don't know how many times I'm going to reference that, but feels good to get back in the win column, if you know what I mean here, guys. But yeah, this show is brought to you by MyBookie also. So make sure you go check out MyBookie. Use the link in the description and the promo code GBS for a deposit match. I'm always telling you guys to shop around odds. The more sports books, the better if you want to become a profitable bettor. So make sure to check out MyBookie. Their lines differ from a lot of different sports books, and there's some great value there. So make sure to use that promo code GBS for a deposit match bonus, guys. And it's an amazing interface. Easy site to use. Go check out MyBookie. Obviously, check the legalities for where you're placing your bets in your states and everything like that. But yeah, make sure to go check out MyBookie. A lot of cool features on there. Thank you to MyBookie for sponsoring these videos as of late. I'm proud to be working with them. But what do you say, guys? We jump into these games. We are in the car. I might be looking down because I do have the lapper right here. I don't think I'm going to have connection, so hopefully this works. But we're going to do our best over here, guys. We're grinding to get these videos out. Every now and then we'll do a car video, but who knows? Maybe we'll get hot with the car video. So let's jump into it, guys. We got the Kings taking on the Magic. First thing to note here, De'Aaron Fox is questionable. 2-point spread. Orlando is underdogs here at home, +2. The total is 225.5. Right off the rip, I'm thinking, okay, Sacramento has this game. This is what I like. But then I notice, obviously, that De'Aaron Fox is injured. So that's going to come down. That's going to really be something that I look at and say, okay, well, what's the deal with him? Because if he plays, I like Sacramento -2. If he doesn't, I'm probably sticking away from this game. I could peek at the over. My model has us going at 229. But again, no De'Aaron Fox definitely could change the pace of play, how many points Sacramento scores. So I know that he's been kind of banged and bruised, but De'Aaron Fox being active here would be pretty crucial for my pick. So I'm going to go Sacramento here, -2, with the caveat that De'Aaron Fox is out there. And then I'm also going to peek at the over as well. Next game on the board, we have Brooklyn taking on Charlotte here. Charlotte, 5-point dogs at home. Total is 2 2-23. Brooklyn got that, you know, that big win last night. Like we said, we kind of played both sides of that game. And let me know if you guys want me to do a video on explaining how I do that. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it is a strategy that's very profitable. I would say like 8 times out of 10 if you could pull it off correctly. So let me know in the comments if you guys do want me to do, excuse me, a video on that. But in this game, depending on injuries, obviously Gordon Hayward didn't play last game. He's questionable again tonight. So we're going to keep an eye on injuries here. But pending injuries, I am going to look at Charlotte here plus the 5 points. You guys know I like taking Charlotte with the number at home. 5 isn't a crazy spread. It's not like when they're getting 7.5 or 10 at home. But I do think 5 is, you know, both these teams coming off playing last night. Charlotte in an absolute blowout. Brooklyn also in a blowout, I guess, for all intensive purposes. But I do like Charlotte getting the points here at home. A total for this one, like I said, sitting at 223. Maybe I lean the over, but I don't really love that. I probably won't have a play on this one, guys. And if I haven't said it yet, make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment. I think I said it earlier in the video. Keep an eye on the pinned comment for the final plays. In these videos, we go through each and every game. I love to talk about each and every game, guys. Just give you, even if I have a dumb thought on the game, I love giving you guys just the thoughts on the game. But all the final plays that I'm actually rolling with, fully transparently in the pinned comment. So make sure you guys do go and check that out. And let's run up the likes on this video. Let's see if we can hit 100 likes on this video. I rarely ask you guys to hit the like button. I always ask you to hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, please. But the like button, let's smash that like button, guys. You guys have been killing it lately, even though we've been in a rut. We're coming off of a huge night last night, a near sweep. So let's smash that like button, guys. Let's see if we can get 100 likes. Tall task? I don't know. Let's see. Next game, we got the Celtics taking on the Knicks. I'm all over the Celtics in this one. I understand that the Knicks kind of got pumped by Atlanta and then came out and looked decent. I would say decent against Philly. They won that game by 2. Celtics beat Chicago last night by 4 here. So you got 2 teams coming off close games back-to-back. I'm going to ride with my home team, Boston Celtics. I think they have more talent than New York. I think it's probably going to be a pretty good game. I don't think this becomes a final play, but my lean is going to be Celtics -4. And no real play on the total, to be completely honest. All right, we got the Pelicans taking on the Hawks. Hawks -2 here in this one at home. Pelicans played last night against Golden State. They only beat that Golden State team that pretty much played like I could have started for the Golden State Warriors last night. They only beat that team by 9. It was a 12 or a 10.5 point closing spread here. Atlanta coming off of the win we just talked about against New York, looking pretty good out there. I'm gonna lean Atlanta in this one actually, and I think I'm just gonna lean Atlanta because it's a small number at home. And we're looking at a potential back-to-back here. Or not potential. We're looking at a potential setback in terms of a back-to-back here for New Orleans. So that might be one that we could pull the little both sides strategy on too if we were on the Pelicans here. But I like Atlanta in this one, -2. We'll see if it becomes a final play. I'm probably 50-50 on, you know, whether it's going to final play or just stay as a lean as of right now. So we'll see as the day progresses. But Atlanta -2, I think, is the play here. Both these teams good straight up so far. 5-3 straight up. And then 3-4-1 for Atlanta against the spread. And then New Orleans here, 4-4 against the spread. So very similar teams. New Orleans is getting healthy. That's kind of why I might leave this one as a lean and not make it a final play. Just because it wouldn't shock me. Like, I wouldn't be like, what? The Pelicans covered this number? No. So we'll probably leave this one as a lean. But we'll see as the day progresses. All right, we got Houston taking on the Timberwolves here. Timberwolves, 8.5 point favorites here. Timberwolves lost to the Bucks last night. Only by, how many points did they lose by to the Bucks here? Only by 13 points. That Milwaukee team is crazy, guys. That Milwaukee team is going crazy. But in terms of injuries here, Rudy Gobert is actually upgraded to Pro Bowl. Same thing with Anthony Edwards. They were questionable earlier this morning, so it looks like they're going to get the run here. They are on a back-to-back, but I like Minnesota being able to kind of bounce back, you know, against a tune-up team like the Rockets. I know it's a lot of points, but I do like Minnesota minus the 8.5, and I also am going to take a peek at the under in this game. 231 is the total. We've seen a couple of these teams go, or a couple games for both of these teams go under so far. In their last, let's see, this season, right? Minnesota is 2-7 to the under, 2-7 to the over, so 7-2 to the under. And then the same thing, we have a great record for Houston as well, 5-4 to the under. So both these teams trending in an under direction. The pace of play, I don't know if it totally aligns with that, so I'm going to lean under here. I probably like the under in this game more than I do a side in terms of Minnesota -8.5. But yeah, that's what we got on this game. Make sure you keep an eye on the pin comment to see if it becomes a final play. We got the Bucks, who we just talked about. They are just something special here. -7.5 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Giannis is questionable. I've seen on a couple sites that he's upgraded to probable, so I'm assuming Giannis is playing because only some sites have him as questionable, some have him as probable. Giannis Antetokounmpo. How can I say that but not probable? So we're going to go with the Bucks here. I think that that's a fair line, -7.5. I don't think this becomes a final play. I'll tell you right off the bat, right? Don't think it becomes a final play because they're going up against the covering Thunder, who are coming off of a game that they did not cover. So I might stick away from this one, but I do like the Bucks if I had a gun to my head. Just making sure there's no gun to my head. All right, next game, we have the Spurs taking on the Nuggets. And this is one Vegas, the odds makers, the bookmakers, someone knows something I don't know. Denver, 10.5-point favorites at home here. The total is 235. San Antonio coming off of a game last night in which they lost to the Clippers by 7. Also hit the under. We were on the right side of that one. Denver coming off of a pretty big win, beating OKC by 12. That game also went over, but I'm not exactly sure why this line is so high. I was like, okay, there must be some major injuries on the San Antonio side of things. There isn't. So for some reason, somebody knows something more than me. And I tell you guys when I feel dumb all the time. I'm not going to BS you guys. I feel dumb about this line because to me, I'm going San Antonio plus 10.5, right? Like that could be the play of the century. Like, that's a huge number. I'm not saying San Antonio wins this game, but Denver hasn't been the best against a spread team this season. Are they going to just go out there and absolutely spank San Antonio? Last time they played, San Antonio beat them by almost 20 points. So I'm a little confused on this one, if I'm being completely honest. I'm going to go San Antonio plus 10.5, and I'm also going to be peeking at the under in this game. So keep an eye on the pinned comment to see if we can sound the psycho alert alarm and roll with San Antonio in what seems like a psycho play. All right, Suns hosting the Portland Trailblazers, who we just saw this matchup last night. Was it last night? Guys, I go through each of these games. I lose track of when the games were played. But we did see this matchup last night. Phoenix ended as 12-point favorites, and they lose the game by 2. We had Chris Paul's under. Love to see that hit here. We might peek at that again, as Portland is one of the better teams against guards in this league, covering them as of right now. But 10 points again for Phoenix. And I'm wondering if Vegas is saying, you know, yeah, they lost the game last night. Same type of turf, same situation. They're going to come out here firing, right? So I'm going to... I'm going to lean Phoenix and the over in this one. I like the over a lot more than I do Phoenix, just because we saw Portland, Portland. We saw them pork Phoenix. It was a terrible play on words. We saw them take it to Phoenix last night. It tells me that either side of this, who knows what can happen, right? Like we saw the underdog win it last night. Do we truly see a bounce back from the Suns, or do we see a Portland team that just does it again? So I like the over in this one, especially if this game can stay closer like it was last night. Last night, the game only finished at a 2-14 total. So I think that, you know, them knowing each other, maybe getting a couple extra backs. I cannot speak in this video, guys. I apologize. In fact, you know what? We've been doing the comment word late in the videos, right? Right? So what should the comment word be today? I'm going to say speech or speak. I don't know. Yeah, speak. S-P-E-A-K. If you're watching in the video, make sure to drop speak, guys. I don't know how that's going to look if we get a bunch of you guys commenting speak. But I appreciate the ones who stick it out through the end of the video and listen to me being like an idiot and rambling and mumbling my words, guys. I just like to have a good time here, and we know that we're, you know, a profitable NBA bettor, so I like to just talk about each and every NBA game. We'll go on hot streaks, we'll go on losing streaks. The real ones have stuck through, and I like that we're dropping comment words in the videos lately, because I love to see, you know, the bunch of you guys and girls that do end up dropping it. So speak in the comments today, all right? S-P-E-A-K if you watched till this point in the video, which would be pretty surprising because it's a car video. I know it doesn't sound as good, look as good, all that jazz. But yeah, we're gonna lean Suns here, -10, and we're gonna look at the over. All right, guys, that is gonna wrap it up for the video. Keep an eye on the pinned comment, like I always say, for the final plays what I'm actually gonna be rolling with tonight. I'm not gonna force anything tonight. We're just getting our feet back under us. We had a big old night, you know, hit the ball out of the park last night, hit a 3 from downtown. All right. We're not going to force anything. We're not going to ruin that progress. So keep an eye on the pinned comment. We'll see what we end up rolling with today. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.